after you've done tough skin. We won't do tough skin again. We'll save you the mess. And I have to be honest with you, clinically with the football team, I don't use heel and lace pads.
So if we didn't, we wouldn't exactly fail.
On the practical exam, you have to use heel and lace pads. How's that?
Yeah. Clear, let's put it that way.
In real life, it all depends on what you think is necessary. Right?
Yeah, and I mean it all depends on because the football team is too cheap to actually pay for heel and lace pads. Seriously. Seriously, they have a budget and they need tape, and that's what they get is tape. So that's the reality of some of the things you have to deal with out there. So, or they might say, you can tape ankles, but you're only allowed one roll per guy. Okay, so one heel lock, one figure of 8, one stirrup, a little bit of closing. It's the best you can do, right? So what are we starting with?
Anchors.
Three anchors.
On the top.
Okay.
And then one on the bottom.
Okay.
And why don't we do it continuously and cut up all the strips? Is that just for compression?
Why don't we do it continuously?
Yeah. Oh, it's because you said before.
Yeah, you might get too much compression.
Okay.
Cut off blood flow. So.
One on the bottom, but loosely.
Yeah. So when you're trying to make a strap loose, usually unroll the tape a little bit and then you just lay it on. Rather than pulling off the roll, a lot of times you end up putting a lot of tension on the tape as well. So when we want it loose, then we can just sort of lay it down. Now what? Stirrups, okay. So just posterior to the malleolus, pulling medial to lateral. Now if you get to make it to the big time, when you get to this point in the roll, you get to throw it out because that's not good enough for professional trainers. But here we're going to use all the tape because we have a limited supply. So over the malleolus and then just anterior to it.
So if you just start, you can just do half of it overlap over and that will keep you there too, right?
Yeah. So this is sometimes where it gets a little bit tricky and it doesn't like to stick. Okay, 3 stirrups, now what? Close it off. A little bit left here. Is that good enough?
Window now. Good for my side.
Okay, now
Heel lock.
heel lock. Okay, where do I start?
Between the
Malleoli. Okay, coming around the Achilles, down the side of the heel to the bottom.
Back to
Starting point.
Back to starting point.
There's one. Do one more.
Doing this, is it really hard not to have wrinkles? Like you're gonna, so that's why you
Yeah.
cover it after, is to hide.
Nobody can see it, how bad it was. Yeah, exactly. Totally.
Then figure 8.
I haven't taped an ankle since August, and so you can see how quickly it takes to get out of practice, right? Because my hands aren't, it feels like everything's heavy, and they're not listening to me. So after we do 10 or 15, it gets better. After 3 games, you can do it with your eyes closed. So Now what?
Figure eight.
Okay.
So you start
I'm
there.
just gonna draw an 8, right?
Yeah.
Does everybody see the 8?
Yeah.
You guys see what I mean by drawing the 8? Okay, and now we make it look pretty.